Alright guys, I am back, and here is part 2 of this really huge birthday haul. Like I said before, this is a lot of stuff, and we're not even I don't think we're even halfway done. But let's continue on from where we left off at the last time. So next is... This is actually a Stephen King adaptation that I have not yet seen before. Looks like this is another mini-series. Let me see what the... Yeah, it's a very lengthy runtime. It's a 2-disc because it's in 2 parts. Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to giving this Stephen King adaptation a look. It's the 2-disc deluxe edition DVD of Rose Red. Yeah, like I said before, this is a Stephen King adaptation that I have not yet seen before. I like the cast. I like John Hurd and Nancy Travis. Directed by Craig R. Baxley, who I enjoy as a director. But yeah, but if anybody has anybody seen Rose Red? Definitely let me know what you think in the comments of how this adaptation is. I've never seen this adaptation before by Stephen King, but I'm looking forward to giving it a look. So thanks to him, I have it. Next. Very nice. The unrated cut of The Descent, which I really enjoy this film a lot. It's a really well done horror film from the 2000s. Has a lot of features on it too. 2 commentaries, behind the scenes, deleted scenes, outtakes, alternate ending, interview with the director. It's directed by Neil Marshall, the same guy that did Dog Soldiers and things like that. Really enjoyed this film a lot. It's really directed very, very well by Neil Marshall. I like the cast. It's a really solid flick. Really like The Descent. Let's see. Next, we have... This is super cool because I know there's a Scream Factory Blu-ray of this with a couple of new stuff added on, but from what I saw, all these features on here are actually on that Blu-ray. So I'm fine with keeping this DVD up. I'll probably get the Blu-ray at some point, but thanks to him, now I have this on DVD, because I never had this, and I never owned this film. But now I do, and that is Bubba Ho-Tep. Really, really cool to own this now in my collection. Same guy that directed the Phantasm films, Don Coscarelli. Stars Bruce Campbell as the old Elvis. And it's about, like, to defeat a 3,000 Egyptian mummy. It's a really, really cool plot. Really cool film. Really enjoyed this film. Very unique film. Really enjoyed Bubba Ho-Tep. Okay, so... Next we have... This film right here is criminally underrated. I've been having a hard time finding this film. This is one of the most underrated films that deals with, like, a serial killer. Like, people have heard of, like, serial killer films like, you know, Zodiac with Robert Downey Jr. or Seven with Brad Pitt or things like that. But, like, if you really want an underrated serial killer film, then this is one that you have to check out, and that is a film called The Minus Man. Really happy that he got me this. Owen Wilson does a great job as the killer. You have Janine Garofalo, Brian Cox, Mercedes Rule, Dwight Yoakam, Dennis Haber, Sheryl Crow. This is a really underrated film. Owen Wilson gives a great performance in here as well. One of my favorite, probably his most underrated performance, Owen Wilson. I really do enjoy Owen Wilson as an actor. You know, Behind Enemy Lines, Wedding Crashers, among other stuff. I think this is his most underrated performance. I think he does a great job as the killer. Not really a guy, not really an actor you thought of who can play or who can portray that kind of a character, but he does it really, really well. Yeah, but this is a really underrated film. If you really want a great underrated serial killer film, and you like films like Seven or things like that, or serial killer films in general, this is definitely one that you have to see, like a Silence of the Lambs like type of killer movie. This is definitely one that you have to check out. It's a must-see film. Really underrated. So thanks to him, I have it now. Next one is to add to my Jean-Claude Van Damme collection, I now have Double Team. I always thought this was a fun film with him and Dennis Rodman. Mickey Rourke is the villain. I always thought this was a fun flick. To have this now in my Jean-Claude Van Damme collection. Really happy to have this now. Really do enjoy the film. I think it's a really underrated Van Damme film. Next one here is... Oh, this is actually a film that I have never yet seen before. I've heard about this film before, though. That's a film called Hide and Seek. Really looking forward to giving this a look. It's a really weird plot where it's about a couple who get kidnapped by this other couple. It's a really, really weird plot. And I like this cast: Daryl Hannah, Jennifer Tilly, Bruce Greenwood, and Vincent Gallo. This is a film that I've been really looking forward to checking out. It sounds like a really, really cool film. I think Cool Dude talked about this many years ago on his Most Forgotten Films video. So really looking forward to giving this a look. Really looking forward to it, especially because of those 4 cast members. Next one here is, this is a pretty bulky one. What's this one right here? Oh my word. This was another film that I had a hard time finding, and I always been wanting to get this for my Adam Sandler collection, and now I have it now. And that is Punch Drunk Love. Punch Drunk Love, the first big dramatic film that he did, and he does a great job. Adam Sandler does great comedy films like Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, and things like that. But he also has drama chops, like in Punch Drunk Love and Reign Over Me with him and Don Cheadle. I think this is a really solid flick. I don't think it did that well when it came out, but it's directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, who's gone on to do a lot of great films. Just really happy to have this in my collection. It's a 2-disc edition as well. Really like the packaging on this DVD as well, so really happy to have that for my Adam Sandler collection. Next, another underrated serial killer film, and this is another great Jean-Claude Van Damme film to add to my collection now. And it's probably one of my personal favorite Van Damme films. It's really underrated. Replicant. Basically, you have Michael Rooker, who's a cop, who's chasing after Jean-Claude Van Damme, who plays the killer, who does a really good job, and they basically have to make a clone to try to find the real killer. And it's a really interesting story. Really do enjoy Jean-Claude Van Damme in this film. I think he does a great job as the killer. Michael Rooker is always good. I mean, I've been a huge fan of Michael Rooker. You know, Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, the Guardians of the Galaxy films, Slither, Mallrats. Michael Rooker's been in a lot of good stuff. And this is another one of them I really enjoyed him in. And Jean-Claude Van Damme is just fantastic in this film. Really enjoyed Replicant. It's another underrated film that's about a serial killer. I think this is the last of the Blu-rays and DVDs. The last one here is... Never thought I would... I've been wanting to have this film for a while, and thanks to him I have it now. And that is a film called Running Scared. A buddy cop film with Gregory Hines and Billy Crystal. I love this movie a lot. It's a really underrated film. I think these two guys have excellent chemistry with each other. I love the whole back and forth between the two. It's directed by Peter Hyams, who I really enjoy as a director. End of Days with Arnold, Time Cop and Sudden Death, 2 very great, solid Van Damme films. 2010, The Relic, Narrow Margin with Gene Hackman. Stay Tuned with John Ritter, and this one as well. I mean, this is another really good one. Really underrated buddy cop film. I mean, Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines are just have off the charts chemistry. Has a great supporting cast. They have Stephen Bauer, Joe Pantoliano, John Grace, Dan Hedaya, Jimmy Smits. It's a really solid cast. And this DVD actually does have features. I never thought this film would have features, but it does have a commentary with the director, little featurette from little making of from back in the day, outtakes. Yeah, but this is a really solid film, and I think this is the theatrical poster to this film. That they used that for the DVD, which I think is cool. But really happy to own this now in my collection. Really enjoy Running Scared. Okay, guys, I'm going to cut off for part 2, and I'll see you guys in part 3, and I think this might be the final part after this one.